In the heart of chaos, humanity shines the brightest. In the brutal spring of 2022, amidst the devastating onslaught of the Russia-Ukraine war, a glimmer of hope emerged from the most unexpected of places. Telegram, a popular messaging app. Ukrainian and Russian soldiers, locked in a deadly conflict, found themselves reaching out to each other, not with bullets and bombs, but with pleas for temporary ceasefires. Their goal, to retrieve the bodies of fallen comrades scattered across the battlefields. This act of humanity, however fleeting, underscores the complex reality of war, where even amidst animosity, compassion, and a shared sense of human dignity can prevail. These brief moments of cooperation, organized through informal channels, stand in stark contrast to the official narratives of the conflict. They serve as a poignant reminder that behind the political rhetoric and military strategies lie individual stories of fear, loss, and an enduring hope for peace. The image of soldiers from opposing sides risking their lives to honor the dead transcends political ideologies and reminds us of our shared humanity. The telegram truces, though sporadic and limited in scope, offer a powerful lens through which to view the conflict. They highlight the human cost of war, often obscured by the overwhelming focus on military objectives and geopolitical maneuvering. By shifting our perspective from the grand narratives of power and ideology to the personal stories of those directly impacted, we can begin to grasp the true tragedy unfolding in Ukraine. These acts of compassion also raise uncomfortable questions about the nature of the conflict itself. If soldiers on the ground, bound by duty to fight each other, can find ways to cooperate based on shared values and respect for human life, why can't their leaders? This question, though seemingly simple, cuts to the heart of the conflict, exposing the vast disconnect between the realities of war and the political machinations that drive it. The ongoing war in Ukraine, far from being a simple binary conflict, represents a tangled web of historical grievances, geopolitical ambitions, and ideological clashes. To fully understand the current situation, one must delve into the intricate historical tapestry of the region, marked by centuries of shifting alliances, cultural exchange, and unfortunately, recurring conflicts. Ukraine, positioned geographically and culturally at the crossroads between Russia and Europe, has long been a site of contention and influence. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, while ushering in a new era for Eastern Europe, also left behind a complex legacy. The emergence of independent states, including Ukraine, from the shadow of Soviet rule, was accompanied by simmering tensions and unresolved issues related to borders, national identity, and security concerns. The annexation of Crimea by Russia in 2014, widely condemned by the international community, marked a turning point, significantly escalating tensions and paving the way for the current crisis. The conflict is further exacerbated by the involvement of global powers, each with their own strategic interests at play. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, a military alliance formed during the Cold War, has become a focal point of contention. Russia views NATO's eastward expansion as a direct threat to its security, while the West sees it as a defensive measure to protect its allies. This geopolitical chess match, with Ukraine caught in the middle, adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. Understanding the nuances of the historical and geopolitical context is crucial to navigating the complexities of the Russia-Ukraine war. It's not simply a case of good versus evil, but rather a clash of deeply entrenched narratives, competing interests, and unresolved grievances, all playing out on a global stage with devastating consequences for those caught in the crossfire. The way the Russia-Ukraine war is portrayed in Western media has a significant influence on public opinion and international response. While the media plays a vital role in informing the public, it's crucial to recognize that information is often filtered through specific lenses, reflecting existing biases and geopolitical interests. Understanding these influences is essential for critical consumption of news and for developing a more nuanced understanding of the conflict. One of the dominant narratives in Western media portrays Ukraine as a heroic democracy defending itself against unprovoked Russian aggression. This narrative, while highlighting the plight of the Ukrainian people and emphasizing the brutality of the invasion, often simplifies the complex historical and geopolitical context. The focus on immediate events can overshadow the long-standing tensions and grievances that contributed to the conflict, potentially hindering a comprehensive understanding of the situation. Furthermore, the reliance on official sources and government statements, while necessary for reporting, can inadvertently perpetuate specific viewpoints. The use of emotionally charged language, such as invasion or aggression, while accurately reflecting the situation on the ground, can also contribute to a sense of polarization and hinder objective analysis. This is particularly relevant when reporting on sensitive issues like war crimes allegations, where due process and independent verification are paramount. It's crucial to acknowledge that the Western perspective, while influential, is not the only lens through which to view the conflict. Seeking out diverse voices and perspectives, including those from within Ukraine and Russia, as well as independent analysts and journalists, is essential for developing a more balanced understanding. By critically evaluating information, questioning dominant narratives, and engaging with a plurality of viewpoints, we can strive for a more informed and nuanced perspective on this complex conflict.